The Hockey Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog has got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code HGP. Hello and welcome to the Hockey Gambling Podcast. I am your host, Ryan Gilbert, and I will be flying solo this evening. Joel is unfortunately out sick, so hopefully he feels better. We got a big 13-game slate on Saturday the 13th, so I had to make sure we got a nice show out for you this evening. Of course, here top of the show, make sure you guys are subscribed to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on YouTube. Like the videos, leave us a comment there. Join us in the chat when we go live. We appreciate everyone there in the chat. Also subscribe and leave us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcast. Just download everywhere, listen everywhere. We appreciate all of that stuff there. And in the Discord, sg.pn/Discord. Make sure you get there in the hockey channel. Let's just share the puck buck bets from Thursday's big 13-game slate there. Joel and I each had a pretty big card there on Thursday night. I ended up going 10-6, up 77.50. Joel went 11-10. Still up 61-83 though. So losing, those smaller underdog bets, hitting some of the bigger ones. Let's go through some of Thursday's games here. My Golden Knights Flyers draw. A draw play finally comes through for me. Plus 330 there. Just 5 puck bucks. Nice modest play. Pittsburgh and the over. Neither of those hit there. We talked about how Fowler could come in. Canadians could play better in front of him and have it go under. And that's what happened. I mean, he made 36 saves on 38 shots. So good debut for him. Sharks, Leafs under 6.5. Yeah, that was a 3-2 game in overtime there. So pretty low scoring game the whole way. Not too much to complain about there. Joel did have the Sharks as well. Sharks could call off by him on the underdog there, plus 170. Senators, easy win by the Senators in Columbus, 6-3. Another easy win on the Lightning. They won 8-4. That was never really close. It was 4-1 in the first period, something like that. Yeah, so that was not close there. Islanders, good win there at home over the Ducks. Capitals lost in a shootout to the Hurricanes, so can't really hate that too much. Stars in the under. Wild put up 5 themselves, so that is not going to be beneficial there at all. Stars were up 1-0. They're up 2-1. But it looks like Wild got 2 empty net goals there. So, 3-2 kind of got screwed by the and they took the 3-2 lead in the third period as well. So, maybe we could have got a 2-2 going to overtime, but did not get the under there. Nashville, though, huge win over the Blues. Blues are back in action tonight at home against the Blackhawks. 7-2 win for the Predators. Bruins continue to roll as road underdogs. 6-3 win there in Winnipeg. I think Pasta had a goal, three points or something like that. 2 goals with the empty netter. Oilers puck line 4-1 there. That one, 2-1 game for a bit, but Oilers pulled away from Detroit. Florida, I was happy with the plus 190 price, but they were never really in it against the Avalanche there. It was 1-1 in the first, but then 6-2 for Colorado and Buffalo. Buffalo somehow takes an early lead, goes down 2-1, gets outshot 32-15, but still win it there in Vancouver. So that gets the win there. 10-6 day, like I said, plus 77.50. Joel positive as well, but Joel, as he was saying on Wednesday, just he can't hit an under to save his life, and I think he went 2-5 on his unders in that one. So he called it. He called that he was not able to hit it under. Totals have been tough. Totals are always kind of tough for me, especially this season right now. So doing good on the sides. My totals went 2-2 there as well. So if you are in the Discord, I threw out 8 team total shots on goal plays for Thursday night. All 8 hit. So hopefully someone out there made some money off of that. And of course, make sure you guys have the SGPN app as well to get all of our free picks and podcasts for every sport. Got everything happening right now, so make sure you check all of that out in the App Store. Okay, let's get right into this 13 game slate on Saturday, December 13th. Games are well spread out on Saturday. No college football to compete with, or not much college football. So hockey spreading it out a bit, starting at 12:30. Got the Anaheim Ducks plus 105 at the New Jersey Devils minus 125. Totals at 6.5. Under minus 125. Over plus 105 here. I saw just a little bit before going live here that Lucas Dostal was activated from injured reserve by the Ducks. So he has to be ready to come back, which is huge for them because Ville Husso was just not getting it done there between the pipes for the Ducks. Devils, I mean, Devils have been struggling a lot as well. Of course, no Jack Hughes. And now Timo Meyer is also without the team, not with the team as he's tending to a personal matter there. So Devils are coming off that 8-4 loss. They've lost 6 of their past 7. Ducks, yeah, coming off a tough loss on Long Island there. But especially now with Dostal back, I really like them here as dogs on the road, plus 105. They're 8-7-1 on the road this season. Devils are 9-5-1. And yeah, I mean, Devils without Hughes, without Meyer, Dadonov's out as well, some other depth pieces. And now with Dostal back, the Ducks are mostly healthy. So Beckett Seneca, he keeps killing it. His odds for the Calder Trophy are coming down quite a bit as he rises up. I think he's definitely now leading the rookie points lead. I think he still has some sort of point streak going there. But yeah, I like the Ducks plus 105. And we always talk about those sleepy unders, especially for a 9:30 local start for Anaheim, but they've been on the East Coast a bit. I kind of like this over 6.5 plus 105. Less so now with Dostal in net, but the Devils just gave up 8. They've given up 3, 4, 5 in some of their games, and the Ducks have gone over in nearly 2/3 of their games, 20 of 31 so far. So like both plus 105 plays on the Ducks as well as the over 6.5. Down to 2 p.m. now. Got the Ottawa Senators minus 105 at the Minnesota Wild, minus 115. Over 5.5 is at minus 115, with the under 5.5 at minus 105 here. Wild surprising win to us, to me at the very least, against Dallas on a Thursday night. Outshot them 32-18 as well there. But Ottawa, big road win in Columbus to break a 3-game losing streak. Still only 2 wins in their past 7 games, though. 8-6-2 on the road. Wild are 9-3-4 at home. And yeah, the Wild, no Zuccarello, no Middleton. Rossi's still out. They're missing a few key pieces there. Chabot, Pinto, Lars Eller look like they're going to be out for the Sens. But yeah, this game is a toss-up. I mean, it's a pick 'em. It's pretty much a pick 'em, minus 115, minus 105, and I can't really separate these two. And the Senators are an over team. Wild are usually an under team. They're playing some high scoring games recently. So I don't really have a play for either the side or the total in this one. If I had to, I guess I would go with the Wild just because they have home ice. And then probably the over, but not very strong plays at all. I'm not going to be betting either of them. Go down to 3 p.m. Got the San Jose Sharks plus 136 at the Pittsburgh Penguins minus 162. Over 5.5 minus 135. Under 5.5 plus 114. Sharks Penguins, classic Antarctic battle here, or aquatic battle. The Sharks, the underdogs, going up against the Penguins there. Sharks coming off the big win in Toronto, but they just can't seem to ever win 2 games in a row now. They get a win and then they fall back into their losing ways. After the last win against the Hurricanes, went to Philly and lost 4-1. Haven't won 2 straight since beating Utah in overtime and the Kings in a shootout on November 18th and 20th. That was about 12 games ago there. But Penguins, I mean, they've lost 3 in a row. 2 of them did go to a shootout. They outshot the Habs last time out as well. Oh, and the big news from Friday was the Tristan Jarry trade. Pittsburgh trading Jari to the Oilers for Stuart Skinner. And you got Brett Kulak and a second-round pick. So great, did not retain any salary on Jari, who I think has a few years left on his deal there. So great trade by Kyle Dubas there in Pittsburgh. Just a great deal by them. Yeah, Jari. I guess this trade hasn't gone through yet officially, so it's not yet on cap wages. But yeah, Jari, $5.3 million through 2028. So no, goalies are weird. I guess we'll talk about this more when we get to the Edmonton game. But that was the big news. I meant to mention that at the top of the show. But yeah, Pittsburgh just too big of a favorite at -162, and San Jose not big enough of an underdog at +136. I might look at it under here though, under 5.5, +114. Neither team's offense is too good there. Afternoon game. Penguins won 3-0 in San Jose in the first meeting. So, yeah, if anything here, I would take the under 5.5, especially at that nice +114 price. Down to 330. Got the Tampa Bay Lightning -130 at the New York Islanders +110. Over 5.5 -125. Under 5.5 +105 here. Isles 2 straight wins, 5 of their past 6, but Lightning now 2 straight wins as well after a 4-game losing streak. Victor Hedman is going to be out until the Olympics, it looks like, with I believe it was an elbow surgery he was having there. So that's a big loss for Lightning, but they've been without him for quite a bit. And, they're making the most of, JJ Moser down there. They got Darren Radish down there. There's just a bunch of no names. John Cooper is making the most of it because Hedman, Chernak, and McDonough have all been out for quite some time. And yeah, Vasilevsky is also out for the Lightning, but they got Point, they got Kucherov, they got those guys back, and that's why I think I like the Lightning here at let's refresh this because the DraftKings screen is up. I think it's around -130. I said it was at Lightning -130. Like I feel like they're just a better team than the Islanders. They were -140 at the Devils. Now they're only -130 at the Islanders. Lightning 10-4-2 on the road. Islanders 9-6-2 at home here. So yeah, like the Lightning here -130. This is one of my more favorite plays on the plate. Not a top one quite there, but -130 just seems like a low price given the situation. And the Islanders, they have a bunch of injuries as well. Bo Horvat is day-to-day, left last game. Is not expected to be ready for this game against the Lightning. Druin's still out. Of course, Palmieri. So yeah, the Islanders, they have Sorokin keeping him in it and then keeping him in the Vezina race. But Lightning here, just a better team up throughout the lineup. Down to 7 p.m. now. Got the Carolina Hurricanes -155 at the Philadelphia Flyers +130. Over 5.5 -130. Under 5.5 +110. Flyers a hard-fought overtime loss there on Thursday against Vegas, and Carolina, just back-to-back good wins over Columbus and Washington, outshot them 33-24 and 39-25, and Carolina just seems to have the Flyers number. 6 meetings in a row, they have won. Flyers haven't won since November of 2023, and the Hurricanes won the 3 meetings before that. First one early in the year did go to overtime, so the Flyers got a point out of that. Carolina was -289 in that one, so Flyers definitely getting more respect in the market now, plus the home ice advantage. But I think if I had to go with anyone, it would be the Hurricanes -155. They're just rolling right now. They have the Flyers number. But that under 5.5 at +110 might be calling me a bit, especially if we do get Dan Vladar for the Flyers. It is a home and home for these two. So they play on Sunday night as well. Dan Vladar started the last 2 games for the Flyers, so it might be Sam Ersson on Saturday against Brendan Bussey, who has won 10 of his first NHL 11 starts there, which is a record. I saw that. But Flyers 10-5-3 at home. Hurricanes 9-4-1 on the road. This is really close to call. But I think the Hurricanes would be the side to go with. Just a slight look that way, and the under is really the only thing I would consider betting there at +110. All right, we just partnered up with Kalshi, a real money prediction market legal in all 50 states. In all 50 states, you can trade tons of markets in every sport, and you can even trade props like first touchdowns. Also, have tons of other markets, including politics, entertainment, and even the weather. At Kalshi, you can trade anything. New Kalshi customers get $20 when they use promo code SGPN. That is KALSHI, promo code SGPN. And of course, Underdog is your home for pick'em entries. We can win up to 5,000 times your entry. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with code HGP. Ooh, all right, still here at 7 p.m. Got the Vegas Golden Knights minus 148 at the Columbus Blue Jackets plus 124. Under 6.5 minus 125. Over 6.5 plus 105 here. I don't know if this is a trap line or if I'm reading too much into the Golden Knights overtime wins, but Knights have won 5 of their past 6. They got points in all 6 of them. They've been out shooting the opposition. In Columbus, they've lost 4 in a row, the past 3 by at least 2 goals here. So Golden Knights minus 148 is one of my favorite plays on the slate. 8-2-5 on the road. Columbus is 6-4-3 at home. Vegas, still without Carlson, but they're mostly healthy up front. Mark Stone getting 2 goals against the Flyers. He's been great for them up front. And yeah, Columbus just trying to find it now. This is their second game back at home after a 3-game road trip, so maybe they play better. But Vegas here, last game of a road trip, probably want to end it on a high note, and I think they will. Minus 148 is a good play. Puck line plus 164 could be worth a sprinkle as well. But Vegas has been going to overtime quite a bit recently. 3 straight, 4 of 5, and what's that? 6 of their past 10 games have gone to overtime. So maybe a good overtime play here as well, with Columbus going to OT and 5 of their past 10. Yeah, that's probably a good play. I'm just checking those odds right now. Probably around plus 330, plus 340 on DraftKings. So like that overtime play, or maybe sprinkle a 2-2 or 3-3 correct score in there as well. Good 10-1, 15-1 odds there. But yeah, Vegas here minus 148. As for the total, not really a strong feeling. I would probably go with the under, but minus 125, that would be a pass for me. Down to 7 p.m. again, got the Montreal Canadiens plus 120 at the New York Rangers minus 142. Over 5.5 minus 135. Under 5.5 plus 114. Goalie has not yet been confirmed for either team, for any team really, on Saturday. I saw people saying they should go back to Fowler for the Habs at the Rangers, but it'll probably be Dobish or Montembeault. I don't think he is injured, maybe, but Fowler did play well on Thursday. Nevertheless, here I think I do like the Habs, no matter who does start in net at plus 120. They're 9-3-2 on the road. They've won 4 of their past 5 road games. Only loss was a back-to-back in Colorado after playing in Vegas the night before. And the Rangers look just lost, like lackluster shutout performance in Chicago. 8-3 at home. We all know about their home struggles this season. Lost 4 of their past 6. Maybe they'll get it going at some point, but I can't trust them as favorites right now. So give me the Habs here at plus 120. Total is tough. Might be goaltender dependent for both sides, but I would probably, right now I would look to the under 5.5 at plus 114, especially if it is Shesterkin. But just the Habs here at plus 120 for me. And down to 7 p.m. here, I got the Edmonton Oilers minus 115 at the Toronto Maple Leafs minus 105. Over 6.5 minus 115. Under 6.5 minus 105. Just really quickly for this game here, I don't have anything. This is going to be a great game to watch. Maybe a great game to get some live spots on. You can get, this could be a back and forth type game. I could see it being a really high scoring game. I could see it being like 2-2 to overtime. Huge range of outcomes for these two teams. Oilers, maybe feel a little pep in their step after the trade there, but the Leafs coming off a disappointing overtime loss to the Sharks are gonna, maybe they do the same thing they did last time. They beat the Lightning 2-0 after losing in a shootout to Montreal in their previous game. So I got nothing for this game, but when I saw the Jarry news on Friday morning, I did throw a free bet on the Oilers to win the Pacific at a plus 450, plus 440 is still out there. Like I just think that's if anyone if the Knights falter, it's gonna be the Oilers. I think in the Pacific they have not been playing their best. Connor McDavid has not been playing his best, and they're still right there, 34 points in 31 games, only 5 points behind the Golden Knights with 50 games to play. Like that's easily can make that up. Kings are right there, plus 525. But and I know Jari's not a ton better than Skinner, looking at their career numbers and their playoff numbers, especially. But goalies are weird. Goalies can go to a new team, go to a new system, and thrive. Like we've seen that with the Avalanche, Mackenzie Blackwood. We've seen that with goalies, going from one team to another. Jake Allen for the Devils, Dan Vladar now in Philadelphia. Like you go to a different system, you get a change of scenery, and you can go on a run. And goalies are one of the weirdest positions in all of sports. So he played for the Oil Kings. He won the Memorial Cup when he was up there, I think in 2014, playing in Edmonton. So he's played there before. We'll see if he's able to do it on the NHL stage. And yeah, I just think the Oilers are better than they have been so far, and they're still right in the race, for that one of those top spots in the Pacific. So I think 4-1. Anything better than that would be decent price if you have a bonus bet or don't mind having your money tied up for too long. I think that's a good long shot to have in pocket. I don't know if it really affects their. I don't know if I would put anything on their cup odds right now, 11-1. That's probably what they'll be around come playoff time. So just in season stuff for now. All right, down to 7 p.m. Again, got the Washington Capitals minus 125 at the Winnipeg Jets plus 105, under 6.5 minus 130, over 6.5 plus 110. I might have to apologize to everyone that voted Connor Hellebuyck to win the Hart Trophy, because if this is how the Jets play without Connor Hellebuyck in net, he is the most valuable player in the league. Three losses in a row. Allowed 16 goals in those 3 games, lost 5 of 6, lost at least 8 of 10. That's all I'm showing here is the last 10 games, 14, 15, and 1 on the season. Capitals, sure, lost 2 of their past 3. If you want to look a small picture, both losses in a shootout, but still have a 9-game point streak. They won 6 in a row before their shootout loss in Anaheim, beat Columbus, and then the loss at home against Carolina. Not going on the road, is a kind of a long trek there from Washington up to Winnipeg, but they had the whole day to do it. It's not a back-to-back or anything. They're 8-4-2 on the road. Don't have any major injury. Ryan Leonard, he's out. Dubois still out. It should be Logan Thompson in net against Comrie or whoever else for Winnipeg. I imagine it'll be Comrie. He's 8-4-4 and 5 goals in the past 3 games. So they're just letting him take the hit to a save percentage and goals against average. But yeah, Winnipeg 8th worst expected goals for share in the past 10 games, and Capitals down there as well for the 11th worst. But they've been getting results, and that's what matters here. So Caps minus 125 feels a tad low there. Caps have been an under team. Jets have been an over team. If you want to take anything, maybe a Caps team total, maybe a Caps puck line, but I would not count on Winnipeg to score more than 2 goals against this Capitals team. Capitals did win 4-3 in Washington 2 weeks ago in this meeting, so more reason there to back the Caps on the road minus 125. All right, down to 8 o'clock now. Got the Florida Panthers plus 120 at the Dallas Stars minus 142. Over 5.5 minus 120. Under 5.5 plus 100 here. I know the Avalanche have been amazing all season long, and the Panthers were just plus 190 against them, but like the Stars, only minus 142 here at home against Florida. Third game in 4 nights for Florida. Went from Utah to Colorado, now down to Dallas. Dallas coming off that disappointing loss in Minnesota, coming back home where they're 10-4-1. Florida's 5-7-0 on the road. So Stars here at home minus 142. I know Rupe Hintz is day to day with a foot injury. He'll probably not play in this one. I think he had a foot injury last year as well, or something lower body that affected him in the playoffs. Labushkin's still out, but yeah, the Panthers have a ton of injuries as well. And yeah, Panthers just not good on the road. 5-7, not nearly as good on the road as they were last year, especially in the playoffs. And Stars 10-4-1 at home. They haven't lost back-to-back games in quite a while, I don't think. So I'm going to pull up their game log real quick. They haven't lost back-to-back games since October 30th in Tampa and November 1st in Florida, and that was in overtime and shootout there. So they haven't lost 2 games in regulation in a row since games 5 and 6 of the season. So love the Stars here to bounce back. Minus 142. Puck line could be worth a play at plus 170. They do have a few blowout wins recently, and the Panthers have a few blowout losses, or by at least 2, if you want to count that, or by margin, I guess is by 2. But 6-2, 2-1 overtime, 4-1, 5-3, 4-2, and 6-3 are their last 6 losses in their past 10 games. And for the total in that one, I'd probably be looking to the over. Dallas, they've been scoring 3 or 4. Florida can probably put 3 up on Dallas here. Ottinger's been good, but 3 goals allowed last game. DeSmith allowed 3 before that. Ottinger was pretty good in his 3 previous games to that. So I don't have a play on the total, but if you were looking one way, I would look to the over. Okay, down to 8 o'clock here. Just checking how many games left. All right, we go to ad break here. We are brought to you by Novig. Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market. At Novig, you're getting the best prices. Download the Novig app and get $50 when you spend $5 if you use our promo code SGPN. Get in on the action with Novig, promo code SGPN. And of course, we have Rhythm. Rhythm's crushing it this NFL season. They've been really good at identifying when to fade players and take those unders. It's got college basketball up and running. They have plenty of games every night. Super easy to sign up, run predictions off the house models, or make your own model and play with the sliders. Use promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm and use promo code SGPN25. All right, down at 8 p.m., got the Detroit Red Wings minus 175 at the Chicago Blackhawks plus 145, under 6.5 minus 125, over 6.5 at plus 105. Second game of a back-to-back here for the Blackhawks. They've only had 2 other back-to-backs so far this season. They allowed 9 goals in one of them to the Buffalo Sabres after playing at home to Seattle. And then they went from LA, where they lost 6-0, to Anaheim, where they lost 7-1 and got outshot 53-20. So this is not a team that plays well on no days rest whatsoever. They're in St. Louis tonight. I like Chicago tonight. St. Louis is not a back-to-back. I like Chicago as road underdogs. But I love the Red Wings here. Minus 175. Like, this is going to get up easily above minus 200. You have to think by puck drop here. Detroit, end of a really long road trip. It's going to be their 3rd game in 4 nights coming home from Calgary, then Edmonton. But 3-game winning streak snapped there in Edmonton on the back-to-back. Chicago is going to be on a back-to-back themselves. I mentioned how they are on back-to-backs. I'm pretty sure it's Spencer Knight on Friday night here for the Blackhawks. So it'll be Arvid Soderblom. On Saturday, he's 3-5-1 with an 8.76 save percentage there. So Red Wings minus 175, Red Wings team total, Red Wings puck line plus 142. This could be a game where taking those that race to 4 prop that I liked doing a lot last year could be worth it. I'm trying to see if they have that up here. Race to 3 goals for the Red Wings, minus 120. Race to 4 goals, plus 130. Race to 5, plus 255. That is only regulation. If neither team gets there at a loss, it is a 3-way market, but I think the Red Wings can get 4 here on the Blackhawks. They put up 4 in each of their previous 5 games before the 4-1 loss in Edmonton. And Chicago has allowed 4 or more in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of their past 8 and 6 of their past 10, including those 2 back-to-backs with 8 goals on average. So yeah, the over, I guess, then for the total as well. Over 6.5 plus 105, but I'd rather just bet the Red Wings. Down to 9 p.m. now. Got the Nashville Predators plus 270 at the Colorado Avalanche minus 340. Avalanche minus 1.5 minus 142. Predators plus 1.5 plus 120. Under 6.5 minus 125. Over 6.5 plus 105. Huge line here, minus 340. Just in principle, you have to take the dog. Predators plus 270. They've won 2 in a row. They've won 4 or 5. They've won 6 of their past 8. They haven't been able to win 3 in a row recently. So maybe they get it here against Colorado, but like you can't lay minus 340. I know they're 12-0-2 at home. Nashville's 4-6-2 on the road. Nashville did win the first meeting just earlier this week. What's that? On Tuesday, I think it was, in Nashville, 4-3 in a shootout in that one. High scoring first period. McCarr ties it late, and then Predators win in the shootout anyway. But yeah, Predators have to be the way you look here. Maybe a sprinkle on the plus 270. Maybe you wait and see if it gets up to close to 3-1 with the casuals throwing the Avalanche in their parlays on the weekend. As for the total, I'd probably over. I mean, there were 4 goals in the first period on Tuesday, then nothing till the third. I will wait to see who starts in net. Probably Wedgwood, could be Blackwood. Saros is better than his numbers show for the Predators, but both teams have kind of been over teams recently, or at least the Predators have. But the only way you can play this is Predators plus 270, maybe a Predators plus 1.5, plus 120. Maybe just take it to go to overtime because the Avalanche have been dragged to overtime a lot recently, but nothing too strong on this late game. But we do have one more game on the docket here at 10 p.m. Calgary Flames plus 154 at the Los Angeles Kings minus 185. Over 5.5 is minus 115. Under 5.5 at minus 105. And I do have a play that I like for this one. I'm not sure if this is still a rivalry with not having Matthew Tkachuk in Calgary, and Calgary, not being nearly as good as they were back when you had those Tkachuk-Doughty battles going on here. But Calgary won 3 in a row before losing to Detroit. Kings are coming off a 3-2 loss in Seattle. They've been very up and down as of late. Only 4-6-3 at home. As Catfish Dilly said, they must hate their fans. They're not playing well in front of their fans. Coming off that 6-0 home win over the Blackhawks in their last home game. So maybe they can build off that, have some good vibes going into it, but not at a minus 185 price. We've been talking about how good the Flames' underlying metrics have been this season. Middle of the pack the past 10 games, but I like this plus 154 price, especially if we do get Dustin Wolf in net, as we should. It's not a back-to-back. Both teams had 2 days off before this one, so it should be a well-rested battle here. Flames won all 3 meetings last season, with the Kings only getting 1 goal in each of those 3 games. So Dustin Wolf, probably likes playing the Kings. So plus 154. This has already come down a bit from plus 165 at opening. So get the Flames sooner than later, or wait to make sure Wolf is starting. But with 2 days off, I have to imagine they would go back to him, especially after Cooley started the last one for the Flames. Okay, that is the 13-game slate for Saturday, December 13th. No puck bucks here because I did a solo show, but am going to run through some of the bets I've made for tomorrow there. Vegas Golden Knights minus 148 against the Blue Jackets. Flames plus 164. I got plus 154 is good enough there against the Kings. Montreal road underdogs in New York. Washington, I got a minus 112. They're still minus 115. Minus 130 now is out there for Washington. I still like that minus 130. They're a much better team than Winnipeg, especially right now without Hellebuck in net. Red Wings, I got them at a much better price as well. Pays to bet early, especially when you have these teams on back-to-backs. Red Wings minus 175 is what they're at now. I would be happy to take that against the Blackhawks on a back-to-back. Got the Stars as well, minus 142. That's a good enough price there. Sharks, road underdogs in Pittsburgh. That's the afternoon game, right? That's 3 p.m. Sharks, plus 136 there in Pittsburgh. Tampa Bay, minus 130 against the Islanders. And then the Ducks and the over in the early game there. And then for everyone watching live for Friday night, I like the Blackhawks. I got them as a much better price than a pick 'em now. St. Louis played last night. Got waxed down there in Nashville. So I'd still take Blackhawks minus 110. Don't love it as much. And then Kraken plus 154 if you want to play something there. Just road underdogs. They're pesky. Utah without Cooley. They've lost 3 in a row. So both road dogs on Friday night. All right. We should be back on Monday at the very least for a show for the Big Tuesday slate. Keep an eye out for a potential weekend show. 6 games Sunday and 5 games Monday. So could stretch that to something with a future segment or anything else there. And then 10 games Tuesday, 10 games Thursday, and then 13 games again next Saturday. So it'll be another full slate of the Hockey on the Podcast. Subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, subscribe on Spotify, leave a 5-star rating and review as well. Follow us on Twitter at HockeySGPN and get in the Discord, sg.pn/Discord. I am Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at rgilbertsop. See ya.